The death of Tyler Clementi wasn't just another random teen suicide.
Whose death has sparked a vast debate over gay bullying.
It coincided perfectly with a cresting wave of public outrage against bullying of gay teens and a series of headline-grabbing suicides.
We have the power to make it better.
On September 21st, 2010, the same day Tyler complained about Ravi's webcam spying, syndicated columnist and gay rights activist Dan Savage had launched his It Gets Better campaign.
You have to live your life so that you're around for it to get amazing, and it can and it will.
But that message never reached Tyler Clementi. He jumped to his death the very next day.
We were devastated by the loss of our son, and we still are.
As the Clementis grieve, the It Gets Better campaign catches fire.
It gets better.
Celebrities, politicians, even companies like Google immediately jump on board the anti-bullying bandwagon.
His death really took the whole issue up to a whole other level and exploded.
Savage says it was the result of an unfortunate mob mentality, and that explosion was about to blow Dharun Ravi to smithereens.
There was finally a face that people could put to the bullying. There was finally a villain.
He was outed as being gay on the internet, and he killed himself.
Celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres sounded the alarm. Lady Gaga joins in, tweeting, "Bullying must become illegal. It is a hate crime." Even President Obama chimes in on YouTube.
It breaks my heart. It's something that just shouldn't happen in this country.
And what follows is a string of allegations, one worse than the next. The public is led to believe that Ravi not only watched Tyler having sex with his male lover, but that he secretly recorded the act, posted the video online, and outed his roommate out of spite. How is that hitting you?
I was angry that people would make these statements without knowing what the details were. I felt like I was being used by everybody.
And sure enough, much of what was reported turned out to be wrong. Did you out Tyler Clementi?
No. But then when he brought a guy over and he walked him in, and he does this in front of everyone, he doesn't care. He's okay with it.
Did you record him having sex?
No.
Did you put anything online of him having sex?
No.
Did you put people together and broadcast him having sex?
No, none of that happened.
But it was all said, and people believed it.
Yeah.
And what did that make you?
It made me the worst possible person.
You were the face of the bully.
Yeah.
But Ravi says when he first heard Tyler was missing, he was deeply concerned. His suspicions directed at that mystery date Tyler brought into his room, known as MB.
My first thought was it was MB. He got mixed up with the wrong guy, and now something's happened to him. What was going through my head is, I wish I recorded something, so I would have an image of this guy to give to the police.
Were you sad when you found out that Tyler was dead?
Yes. I mean, I couldn't even fathom this happening. This kid that I knew, it was hard for me to deal with how normal he seemed.
The reticent violinist had been in turmoil. Unbeknownst to Ravi and lost in the media crush, Tyler had been writing about his own depression, his loneliness, and the rejection he felt after coming out to his parents.
I was very surprised, and it was startling for me.
No one knew exactly why Tyler Clementi killed himself, but Ravi felt he might have had something to do with it. What goes through your mind?
First thought, I started blaming myself. Is this because of me?
Why would it be because of you?
Tyler thought, a bunch of people saw him having sex, so I thought it was too much for him to take.
And investigators quickly uncover evidence of that guilt. Deleted tweets and texts encouraging his friend Molly to tell police the first webcam viewing was accidental. What was going on in your mind? Why were you doing those things?
I was trying to fix what happened. That's all I was thinking about.
Was it, I know I committed crimes, I want to cover those up?
No, it was none of that.
The police are less understanding.
I'll tell you now, we have your computers. Okay, we're going to know what you put out over the internet, who you tweeted.
They bring Ravi in for some aggressive questioning.
We know that you deliberately planned and set this up. Okay, this is something you spoke about doing before you did it.
They came away from it feeling that you lied to them.
That's how it was portrayed in the end.
Did you bully Tyler Clementi?
No, I didn't bully Tyler Clementi.
Do you think you misunderstood how fragile he was?
I really don't think he was very fragile. I think he just didn't like talking to people. That's the only thing I got from him. I don't think, just because he's gay doesn't mean he's automatically fragile and can't deal with anything.
How could he not be fragile and have jumped off the George Washington Bridge? Something had to be very wrong, right? It wasn't an accident.
Something had to be very wrong.
And something was wrong. Ravi learned Tyler complained about him. So he sent his roommate a poignant and revealing text message. You told him that you knew he was gay from the beginning. You told him that it wasn't a problem for you, and that this was a misunderstanding, and that you had guilt.
Yeah.
Why did you want him to know these things?
When I sent that, all I knew was that he wanted a room change. So I figured I need to tell him that he shouldn't feel pressured to do this, like this is his only choice. I wanted to understand that I'm not there to make him feel like intimidated or anything.
However, that text doesn't stop authorities from bringing a case. Last spring, the Middlesex County prosecutors hand down a 15-count indictment. The major charge is bias intimidation, a hate crime in New Jersey. There are also multiple charges of invasion of privacy, as well as witness and evidence tampering.
He invaded Tyler Clementi's privacy repeatedly. And he did commit a hate crime. His Twitter feed said, whoa, he's making out with a dude, yay. If that's not a bias crime, what is?
Punching him in the face and saying something nasty about him being gay.
Is that what our society has to come to, Chris? The fact is that invasion of privacy and words do devastate.
Steve Goldstein is the chairman and CEO of Garden State Equality, and the first to call Tyler Clementi's death a hate crime.
The impact that those words had on Tyler Clementi were devastating.
How do we know?
Chris, some tragedies are so awful, they speak for themselves.
Can you think of another cyberbullying case where none of the electronic messages were directed to the victim?
I don't have an answer to that. I would have to check.
I can't find one. The case is unusual enough that the prosecution offers a plea deal. They say no jail, community service. But what was the but?
That I had to go up there in front of the judge under oath and say that I did this because I had this hate for gay people. That's just something I could never do. I mean, people always ask, you might regret not taking the plea deal one day. I told them, you know what, I'm never going to regret not taking the plea deal. What I would regret is not even fighting for my side of the story.
Coming up, Dharun Ravi takes that fight to a New Jersey courtroom. But will his own tweets, texts, and a parade of classmates send him to prison for 10 years? Stay with us.